Good morning, welcome to Darwin, Northern Territory. This morning we're just going to take a drive from the Charles Darwin National Park, which is about 10 minutes out of the city. We'll just be able to spy it through the gap here. Sir Charles Darwin visited here in 1839 when he was doing his world expedition on the Beagle. They've named this area as the Charles Darwin National Park. The area is largely untouched here. Got natural bushland. It smells great. All the grasses, all the leaves from these trees. Now on the right here you'll see ammunition bunkers. There's quite a few of these dotted around the place for storage of ammunition and other army bits and pieces from World War II when we were bombed heavily by the Japanese. And you can go inside some of them and have a look around. Lots of biting insects, sandflies, probably your biggest enemy, mosquitoes, quite a few snakes in the area, mostly your browns. So we're just coming out of the park area and we will join on to Tiger Brennan Dve. This was built over 10 years ago, probably more like 15 years ago now, and it will, if we turn right, we would go to Palmerston. It would be about a 15-minute drive. So we're turning left to go towards the city centre. A nice dual lane road. The left will merge here. And this will carry quite a bit of traffic in the morning, as many people choose to live in Palmerston yet work in the Darwin city centre. On the right is light industrial area. The suburb is called WWII. A lot of the heavier industry has moved out to the East Arm area. More room. However, it does take longer to get out there. This Tiger Brennan Dve is running pretty much parallel with the Stuart Highway, which is about half a kilometre to our right if we were to turn in there. Okay, we're just going up the hill. On our left is Bayview, a new suburb, over 10 years old. A lot of it is built on reclaimed swamp and mangrove area. Did have a few dramas with the sandflies and other bugs. I think they've got it sorted now. So it is pretty much built out, some very attractive housing in there as well. On the right, the suburb is now known as Woolner. Used to be just part of Stuart Park, and that was where the original Darwin Brewery was housed, and that is where they initially made the famous Darwin Stubby. Very difficult to find these days. I hear that it may be made in cans these days. Okay, we're just going to go through. On our left, it is just mangrove swamp, but the tide does come up very high and you can see the water in there at high tide when it's about 7 to 8 meters. So a nice pleasant drive in. On our right it is Stuart Park, one of the oldest Darwin suburbs. On the left there is a good boat ramp if you want to put your boat in. There's a great boat shop there as well. In and Outboard Marine, I think that one is. But there's a lot of housing on our left as well. The area is known as Tipperary Waters. Okay, we can start to see some of these apartment buildings that were put up in fairly quick succession when we had the Inpex gas project construction happening, which did last for about 10 years. It's across the harbour. So we probably had about 25,000 extra people here at its peak. So a lot of these apartments that you can see in front of us was built specifically for them. And they still have high rates of occupancy now as well. A lot of people have chosen to live in the city. So they also had the Howard Springs workers camp. 3 to 4,000 people were staying out there at its peak. Okay, the area we're driving through now at Stuart Park, those fuel storage tanks that you saw on that photograph was from 1976. About 15 years ago they just moved them all out to East Arm, and that is why this is all vacant land now, and they put the road, another connecting road. This particular one here is Garamilla Boulevard, whereas Tiger Brennan Dve are off to the left, and they will both join right in front of us here at McMinn Street. Trying to plant a few more trees just to make the entrance to Darwin a bit more attractive. On the left there's a big construction site for the new university that will go in there. That was the car park for the Darwin Post Office. So construction is well underway. We're about to join onto, we'll turn left onto Kavanagh Street here. That's Woolies in front of us. Lovely big crocodile mural on the wall just to the right there. Just coming up on the left is the Darwin Post Office. As you can see, we've got blazing sun. And it's quite warm being November. Still a bit of activity going on during the day. we're about to turn right onto Nucky Street. So they've really tried to fix it up with the roads and the plants along here. On our left will be the Smith Street Mall. There's a few shops in there. Just to our extreme right is the old Woolies building. And on our right there is the Ridges. On the left, the old Burns Philp building still stands in its original design. Alright, so we're just coming through now until Mitchell Street. We will turn right here. In front of us is the Mitchell Centre, and there's Coles in there and a few other specialty shops, including a Telstra shop if you need to get your phone sorted. Alright, from these lights for the next 400 metres or so is the Party Strip. On our right there, Monsoons, Wisdom Bar. Coming up will be the MOM Backpackers. The Tap Bar on the left, Six Tanks. And Shenanigans will just come through now. Very busy area in the evening. Okay, well that's just a drive into Darwin City Centre from the Charles Darwin National Park. So yeah, just to let you have a bit of a look. We will delve into a few other areas in other videos. So thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.